This is interesting as hell here. We got some cat traps coming the other way. And it looks like this cat stopped here. Which way is he going? I don't know. I can't tell if he's coming or going. And clawed and chewed on this prominent stump. And like an asshole, I brought 24 snares, but no wax paper for my footholds. Real trappers have that sort of stuff. I could try it anyway. Traps in the sled don't catch nothing. I might have to put a trap here. Chained the trap to that tree. Put it in the cat's tracks. Threw a little bit of dust onto the pan. Try to make it look like a less uncomfortable spot to sit. And hopefully I don't educate them. More alder in the trail. This spot's really light. Minute or two with that camelon, be right through. But looking at the brush here that I've come through, it might have been several years since I've been this far on the trap line. I've been struggling with, old snow machine, that VK Pro. I could have saved Yamaha, but they didn't call. I got this new Scandic, and I'm fitter. Fucking cardio. Like, I can actually do this work now for longer than 92 seconds. Like in these few weeks of trapping season, I've done more alder clearing than all of last year. I'll be up on the ridge here soon. God, that bucket stink. I had 2 buckets of fish gurry that I filled in July, and they percolated. And I dumped them in some snare pens. Got it on my gloves. Can't escape it. But I'm having conflicted reactions about it. There are milder moments where it reminds me of dippa, fermented fish head. And then there are stronger moments where it's absolutely unappealing. Now, dippa, traditionally prepared, preferably king salmon head. Cut it off. You leave that little triangular collar attached. You leave a little bit of red meat on the back. There was a light whiff. It brings me from hungry to gagging, depending on how direct the wind is from my it's awful sometimes. And then you cut it lengthwise, into half, thirds if it's really big, maybe. And you bury it in a hole in particular ground, permafrosty, cold ground, and you line it with a particular beach grass, the edges of which are discouraging to jivax, the black houseflies, the maggot layers. You cover it. Plywood, rock, keep the dogs out. And let it percolate to taste. And I remember that being good. I ate that. It was tangy, burny, like kimchi-esque, stronger than kimchi. And I remember that being good. But the last time I was near it, my auntie was making it in a Rubbermaid tote Now it was an assault on the face, an assault on the senses. It was awful. Had to back out. Didn't even make it. You know, you're stepping over a door. Didn't even make it over the threshold. Take just a minute with the camel on. This ain't bad. Should have brought a tripod. I'm percolating a chest pack. I don't want to buy one. I want to make one. Figure out how to show you guys what I'm doing. You know, from my chin or chest. Show you what's what. I made the ridge. I've made the ridge. Man. If I find a marten track, I'm gonna set a marten pole. I got one back there I ain't seen in several years. Oh man, it feels good to be up top here. I'll head that away. I think I'm through the worst of the alder until I get to more of it. There's more of it over there. Cardio, I hate it. I want to lift plates. I don't want to fucking do cardio. But it's good for you. It's good for you. I'm telling you. A little bit of cardio. Make you so much more capable. Sitting in dispatch all them years, and then during the day, during the week job, I was still not doing enough. If you live where you work, then relax when you ain't at work. But if you're working, if your work ain't keeping you fit, you ought to spend a little bit of time doing some cardio. Instead of wasting your life being winded. I can't clear brush, I can't breathe. I'm tired. My triplet is covered in hanging alder. Living the dream. I'm through most of that bad alder now. So I ain't lying to myself. It's gonna be back. The next snow, there'll be new hanging alder hanging right there by my eyeball. But I've made the ridge. While you're doing your cardio, don't neglect your lifts. Whew. Ice is collecting on my footboards. Yeah. Got a lot of trail broke. Brush cleared today. On the way back to the truck. Tied down at the truck. No fur today. Saw some fresh tracks, set one trap, hung a dozen snares, added 2 well percolated buckets of goo, and made the ridge. Gosh, it was a good day.